Hello everyone. I am Jesselme Rosero, and today I will tackle about current trends and issues of emotional behavior and physiological psychology. And first, I will define what is a emotion. A emotion are often confused with feelings and moods, and according to American Psychological Association or APA, emotion is a complex reaction pattern. It involves experiential, behavioral, and physiological elements. And it is how individuals deal in situations they find personally significant. And also, emotional experiences have three components: the subjective, behavioral or expressive response, and the physiological response. For now, we will define what is in behavioral response. Behavioral response are important to signal to others how we are feeling, but research shows that they are also vital to individuals' well being. A study in Journal of Abnormal Psychology, they find out that while watching negative and positive emotional films, suppressions of behavioral responses to emotion had physical effects on the participants. And this involves the elevated heart rates. Behavioral responses associated with emotions illustrate that emotion is much more than a mental state. Emotions affects our whole demeanor and our health. And as we've explored, many theories of emotions exist, and this includes the James Lange theory. The James Lange theory is one of the earliest emotion theories exist. And according to this theory, the physiological response comes before the emotional behavior, and it leads to two predictions. People with weak autonomic or skeletal responses should feel less emotions, and causing or increasing someone's responses should enhance an emotion. And there are some current trends or issues that has affect or have an impact to our emotional behavior. It includes the study of the emotional, behavioral, and psychological impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the emotional disturbance and or behavioral problems, the impact of the gut microbiome on behavior and emotions, and educating students with emotional and behavioral disorders. But before we talk on the current trends or issues, let us first tackle about some traditional interventions or approaches and contributions to emotional behavior. First is the influence of emotion on learning and memory. Emotion has a substantial influence on the cognitive responses in humans, includes perception, attention, learning, memory reasoning, and problem solving. However, the effect However, the effects of emotion on learning and memory are not always unimbalance. Studies have reported that emotion either enhance or impairs learning and long-term memory retention, depending on a range of factors. Recent studies, functional neuroimaging techniques detect and recognize human emotional states and have become a topic of increasing research in cognitive neuroscience, affective neuroscience, and educational psychology to optimize learning and memory outcomes. Next is the behavioral therapy. It is an intervention or a treatment tend to emphasize the importance of learning new skills and changing behaviors that contribute to the individual's problems. And now let's go back to the current trends and issues of emotional behavior. First is the emotional, behavioral, and psychological impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. The emotional and behavioral response to COVID-19 pandemic is multifactorial. It relies not only on external components, but on personal and innate ones as well. There are some factors that influence on the mental health impact of the pandemic. First is the fear and uncertainty. Even though fear is an essential adaptive mechanism that humans and other species have developed to cope with threats in the environment, it can only be supportive for those who feel capable of dealing with the menaces, and fear can trigger defense responses. Given the importance of fear in the pandemic context, skills addressing this feeling have been developed and might be helpful to the comprehension and management of this emotional component. Next is the stressors. In the pandemic background, stressors must also be considered in the assessment of the emotional and neuropsychological impact. This mainly includes COVID-19 circumstances such as potential exposure to virus, loss of loved ones, and, and availability of food and other underlying physical and psychological conditions. Next is the economic factors. Economic factors are the losing some jobs opportunity. Economic crisis includes businesses, manufacturing, travel and trade. Unemployment is on the top. Financial loss has been linked to psychological distress and is considered a risk factor for emotional behavior disorders or mental health disorders. Then the domestic violence and the individual response to stress. Emotional reactivity is deeply influenced by individual references and stress mediated context. To ease some of the factors that affect the people's emotional behavior or distress, government and other social factors help in every situation or way they can. Government gives relief goods for hunger, artists provides more entertainment, and because of pandemic, the other people use their time and talent or skills in business to earn money, even just at home. While enjoying, they are earning too. Next is the emotional disturbance and or behavioral problems. Some students with emotional disturbance and or behavioral problems have negative self-concept and low self-esteem. Students may show aggression towards others or refuse to cooperate. In this situation, teachers help their students by communicating and motivating them to help boost their confidence. Last is educating students with emotional and behavioral disorders. Many special education professionals still find it difficult to educate students who have emotional and behavioral problems. Students with ABD may engage in activities including persistent disruption of class, frustration, and general maladaptive conduct toward adults and peers. Some students have excessive fears and phobias, obsessive or compulsive behavior, and sadness that need for special education training. To help students with emotional and behavioral disorder, it is helpful to apply various strategies to help students in the classroom. Examples are keeping the class rules and activities easy and simple to understand. The corresponding that it is a form of repetition in which students are instructed to repeat something a teacher has said. Next is rewarding positive behaviors, allowing mini breaks, providing fair treatment, and especially motivate the students. In all of these issues and contributions to emotional behavior, I know in the future there will be more relevant facts, studies, and articles addressing and providing interventions to help us fully understand and knowledgeable about the effect of emotional behavior in our physiological basis in behavior.